Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back for another Sunday with International Sister Circle. Thank you for joining us again. My name's Jaisha. I'm part of the International Sister Circle, and we've got a lovely guest on with us today. Her name is Karma Soul Doctor. She's going to be talking to us about mother and daughter healing, mother and daughter healing edition, and discussions on womb healing. So I'm so excited to have her on today. I remember I first spoke to Karma, I think it was about 3 or 4 months ago, and we had a conversation over the phone. And when I tell you, her energy was just everything. Like, I haven't even met her in person, but her energy is so on fire, so positive. Her vibration is high. So I'm so happy to have her on our International Sister Circle discussion today. Thank you once again for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and also send it to anyone who you think it might be helpful to. And if you want to see any of our previous videos, go ahead out and check them out at Black Eyes TV 7. Thank you once again, Black Eyes TV, for hosting us. And yeah, let's go ahead and introduce the rest of the beautiful queens that we've got on here today. So as I said, my name's Jaisha. Who else we got?
Me, Nikina. Hi guys. I work in mental health, and I'm so looking forward to today, as I do every week.
Definitely.
Hi, I'm Gemma. I'm one of the founders of Total Exposure, and I am part of the ISC organization group.
And we've got Karma. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Queen. There we go. Have you unmute yourself? Karma. There we go.
I can't Am I unmuted?
Yes, you
there
are.
We go. All right. Give thanks. I was already halfway into my whole introduction, but I'm so excited to be here, just giving honor to the Most High. But I'm Karma Ma'at, Karma Anika, Karma Soul Doctor, aka Oprah Winfrey, all that good stuff. I'm a healer by nature, you know, and just a servant for the people. Mm-hmm.
Love that. Love that. Love that. So, before we go into it any further, I was really interested to know more about what womb healing entails. What is it about? Just to give those who are watching a taste or an idea of what you're going to be talking to us about today, Karma.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Womb work, womb wisdom, womb knowledge, the power of the womb, the energy of the womb, the way that we perceive the womb, viewing it as a divine portal from which all life flows. There is no one who has entered this earthly dimension that did not come from the womb and that was not formulated and knitted in our mother's womb. So it's a powerful divine portal that we don't pay enough attention to, because the womb in itself is about birthing. It's a divine birth canal, but it's not just about physical children. The power of the womb gives you also the ability, when you hone in, when your womb is healthy, when you're sending love and light, when you're eating the right foods, you're able to also birth your divine purpose, your divine vision, your ideas, and your sacred work on this planet. So it is a powerful science, and it's an ancient wisdom. It's nothing new. It's just coming back to the forefront as the feminine divine presence is also coming back to the forefront, because it's that divine time. So again, it is a science. It's a trend, and we know a little bit about it, but I'm grateful to just have some tools of light to be able to share, to help people to get on a path to be able to know your womb better, and just to acknowledge your womb on a greater level, because we never really look at it in those regards. Like, whoa, this is a sacred portal by which I'm channeling heaven onto earth, because if we come from heavenly realm, then we're channeling heaven on earth. So once we deal with the womb and get that activated and awakened, we're able to bring heaven on earth, not just with our own personal goals and using it as a birth canal for sacred healing. It's also the women's wombs. If we populated everybody on the planet, it's also directly correlated to the state of health on this planet. So this is a really powerful topic. I don't mean to go on and on, but I will share that when COVID hit, I had to lay down, stay down, and pray down until I got some divine direction on what my purpose would be during this time. And that womb work kept coming up. I'm like, but I want to talk about elderberry and golden seal. And the Most High was like, your space, you know, in a lot of regard, is to bring awareness to womb awakening and womb wisdom, so that the women can get healed up. Because as our master teacher speaks about, when you heal a womb man, you heal a nation. And also the most revolutionary thing that a woman can do on this planet is to care for her womb and bring healing to her womb, because this is the seat of our womanness, the seat of our creativity, the seat of master manifestation, and so on. So, you know, it's very important, and it's been forgotten about, and it's not treasured like it should. And once we start bowing before that sacred portal that we come from, the planet will begin to heal and begin to rotate on its axis in a more balanced way.
I love that. I love that. So before you actually go into talking to us a bit more, let us know a bit more about your journey and your understanding so far up until now. So what got you into this? What sparked that interest in wanting to be able to really care for your womb? Where did that start?
Yes. I I'm so glad you asked me that. I'm a grassroots child. Shout out to my mom and dad. So I came up in the culture, came up in consciousness, came up in just a spiritually free environment, if you will. I was around a lot of religious belief systems because I came up in the marketplace, which is very international and very diverse and very masterful. So shout out to all of the masters that I grew up under, namely my mother and my father, who are both master artists. But issues with my womb. I have very heavy menstrual cycles, lots of PMS. Also, I've dealt with infertility issues as well. But one of the main things was I was under so much duress because with the state of the womb and women's health, you can really be able to diagnose a woman through the state of her cycle or her menses, if you will. So if you have heaviness, if you have cramps, if you have all this clotting, if you have extended days, there is a deeper psychological, cellular, emotional issue there. So I was going through a lot of duress, transitioning from Atlanta. I'm from Houston back to Atlanta, and my symptoms got even heavier because I was going through traumatic change in my life. I lost, I had to let go of my home. I had to let go of my car, all these different things all at once, and I was just under a lot of mental strain. So once I got to Atlanta, my already heavy symptoms, which were normal to me because I saw it in my family, but I didn't realize that there was a pathology there because we just take the pill, or we drink the tea, or whatever we do, and we just keep moving on, or we lay down. But okay, so once I got here, my symptoms got even worse. I started to get migraines, and I felt dizzy, and I threw up once, and that was new stuff added on to what was already heavy in my life. So I made a decision because the house was off my back. All of these issues in Houston was off my back, and I made an oath to myself. I'm going to get my health together. I'm going to start meditating. I need balance, because if I worked this hard and wasn't able to keep the things that had my cycle out of order and shorter days, abnormal, if I lost this trying to hold on to that, I definitely have time to heal myself. So that's how I got fired up, because I heal myself. Okay. Once I began to see, because again, with my upbringing, I already knew so many things to do, but we can abandon those things when we get too busy. So our blessings, the healing work we do, we get blessings, then we get too busy to do the healing work because of the blessings. And that was kind of the position that I was in. So it was really an invitation to my higher calling. It was an invitation, my best life, because I am a dancer, I'm a jeweler, I'm a lot of different things, but I'm a high priestess of healing, and I wasn't fully activated in that. So that's what happened. Sometimes things have to come tumbling down in order for you to get that awakening, but I was wise enough, and I had enough knowledge within myself, my upbringing, to know I got to get back to my tea. I got to align my chakras. I got to clean up my diet. I have to cook and prepare some of my own food. I got to go raw. I got to detox. And as I began to do that, Queen Afua also came more directly on my path, because I made an oath with another sister. We were just doing accountability work, and we decided to go to Sacred Woman together, and that was just a rabbit's hole, and it was actually a part of my destiny. So I've been there ever since I opened the book. You see, I don't even have no back. Okay. Some became a fan, and so that was it. And so with that being said, once there's an awakening there and you say yes, then the magic carpet is going to roll out, and everything you need, the universe is going to start to conspire to bring in the tools, the teachers, because when the student is ready, the master appears. So that was that.
I love that. No, that's beautiful. We have got Queen Majestic, who's joined us as well. Do you want to say hi?
Where your video at, sis?
I'm coming, sis. I'm coming.
Okay.
Thanks and praise. It's so wonderful to be to see you and all the sisters, and to hear. I'm so in tune. Just wait for the video. I'm coming. I'll be present with you all. Give thanks. Thank you so much.
Yes.
No, thank you.
Yes, definitely.
So let's.
So Majestic is my sacred sister.
She is.
Yeah, give thanks.
Yeah, Majestic from Canada. For those who don't know, as Karma did say, a sacred sister. Karma did say in her introduction that she's from. So are you originally from Houston and you now reside in Atlanta?
No, I'm a gypsy child. So I'm originally, seriously, I grew up in the marketplace. So I'm definitely like a festival baby and have traveled everywhere. So I'm like a gumbo, you know, my identity and personality. But I'm originally from Sacred Ground, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, born and raised. And so much of my consciousness, my father is from the East Coast. Mother's family is from Mississippi. So the Midwest is kind of like a gumbo of all the coast, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I didn't know.
And I live in Atlanta.
Yeah. So that's beautiful. So talk to us then about why, I know that you touched on why it's important to understand womb healing and understand our womb even more. So if you were speaking to a woman who hasn't really paid attention to it and never really thought about it much, where is the starting point in getting a queen or a sister to really start paying attention to how healing the womb can actually make a difference to their life?
Where is the starting point for them?
So what information would you give for them to start that journey? Yeah.
Really simple, because it is a very entailed science, but it's a lot of simplicity. So one thing is just to acknowledge your womb, start to perceive it in another way. Because when I looked at my womb space as a divine portal, that shifted how I carried myself, how I viewed myself. I see myself as a cosmic avatar now, even though I haven't birthed physical children. So that also helped me, because the infertility and all of the societal demands and pressure and all of the patriarchal stuff that makes you feel less than, or that you're trying to reach, you know, and you're not able to do that. Well, where does that leave me if I don't physically birth children, and I'm still birthing nations within nations and birthing new worlds and helping people to get healed? So one thing is to acknowledge yourself. Another thing is to just lay hands on yourself. Spend some time with your womb. Just like, this is actually a Merkut or pyramid, and it represents resurrection and foundation. So this, when you hold that upside down, you place it on your womb just under your navel, and you can actually just sit in that space and lay hands, play some beautiful healing music, light a candle. Even if you don't have that, if you're sitting in the car and feeling overwhelmed, lay hands on yourself, because that's so healing. We are such a powerful people, and we are medicine people. There is medicine outside of us, but we are medicine because we're made up of fire, air, water, and ether and earth. So just laying hands on yourself, speaking to yourself, creating internal dialogue to say, I don't really know you. I haven't even I'm not even acquainted with you, and you've been journeying with me all my life. Apologize to your womb for the intrusion, for the abuse, you know, and the different things that you weren't aware of. So start with forgiveness. Ask your womb for forgiveness. Ask your womb to awaken. Ask your womb to speak to you. Lay hands on your womb and send love and light. I was just reading, because I've also studied with Dr. Laila Africa, and I saw my notes from afar as I was working on some stuff, and it said vibration travels. So when you lay on your hands on your womb and you begin to speak life, because the same way I can lay hands on y'all and I can send life and light and healing and whatever I want to y'all all the way in London. Okay, so if I can do that, I can definitely lay hands on myself and begin to speak life, and just speak life over yourself. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I forgive myself. And one thing, it's not going to sound that articulate sometimes in the beginning. It's going to come off like, you is smart, It was important. Okay, I'm reaching here, you know, but as you continue, the same way we have put into practice all of that negative self-talk that's become second nature and passed down from generation to generation to generation and was conspired upon us, the same way we can reverse that and reprogram that. So it's a conscious effort. Make time, because we have made time for the tomfoolery. We have made time to pour into other people. So make time for your womb. Make time for yourself. And boom, I knew to bring this down here. This is a great start as well. This is written by Queen Afua. It helped me tremendously when I purchased this book from her. She didn't even look up. She said she was signing it. She said, "You don't even need this book. You're going to be teaching this." And here I am. So these are powerful affirmations in here. Stones. I mean, it's 4 portals by which you go through testimonials and all these different things. But sometimes the blockages won't allow you to go that far because there are demonic energies that we carry, childhood traumas that we carry that will create excuses not to pick that up. I'm gonna wait till I get my next check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, please.
Just a simple thing. Begin a relationship with yourself from the inside out. And I wanted to share too, we have 3 parts of the womb. We have the womb of our body, reproductive center. We have the womb of our heart for what we feel we're birthing and creating. And we have the womb of our mind. So what we're thinking, we're birthing and creating. And then so we bring those together as one. And that is actually the cosmic universal womb that speaks through us and gives us divine direction and allows us to be healed, because sexual energy, which is also connected to the womb and procreation, that's a powerful tool. And in this society, we only use it for pleasure. But when you spiritualize your sexuality, you're able to materialize on a whole nother level. Then we talking levitating and birthing new worlds at that stage. Okay.
Yeah. That's beautiful. The book that you did hold up, guys, if you do want to find out more about it, if you want to get yourself a copy, just send us a message and we'll, you know, try and get one out to you. Because we do have some, hopefully we'll have some copies available to be able to sell for you guys. So yeah, just let us know, drop us an email, info@internationalsistercircle.com, or go to our website, which is internationalsistercircle.com. Question, Mama. What made you realize, or how did you find that this was your purpose in healing and letting others know how important it is about the womb?
When I healed myself, I became a testimony. I started to take the tea. I started to lay in the grass. I started creating waist beads. Also, I just want to add to that last question, because I'm never promoting my own stuff, but book a consultation with yours truly. I'm a womb yoga practitioner, dance practitioner, certified with Queen Afua, and I'm also a womb, breast, and heart practitioner. So I can definitely get you on the right road as far as consultation and sharing some great information. As some of my clients that had miscarriages and dealing with infertility, they also have had children. So bringing forth those miracles in the work works. But when I saw for myself, and that's the way that I live my life, I talk it, but I walk it like I talk it. It's not a perfect walk. And that's what relates people to me. But I have no more headaches. I have no more migraines. I have no more heavy bleeding. I have no more long days. I have no more abnormalities within my cycle. So I was able to see that. And when I studied with IIN, because I'm also an IIN health coach, we did a lot of extensive marketing to find the target market. And so once I looked, it said, one question said, maybe your target market is you. Have you overcome something that you can give? And I said, bingo. And ever since then, when I go over here to this, I go over there to that, spirit be like, that's great, but get back to that womb work. So being successful in it,
Love that. So talk to us about the mother and daughter edition.
Yes. The mother and daughter. You know what? Speaking of, let me just give my dad is here present, even though I'm talking about mother and daughter. My pops is here. He's also one of my masters. I just wanted to allow him to give us a quick charge right quick. Speaking of mothers and daughters.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, how are you all? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to be with you. And I think that we have to remember that probably is the most important position that we can do, is to be together. I was listening to William Shakespeare, who is and has been proven to be of African descent. And he made a statement. I was looking at the fir trees outside of our home. They're about 80 feet tall. They're magnificent. They were saplings when we moved here. And the tree bee, the concept of Shakespeare was to ask a great question. Many times we're afraid to ask questions. And that question is, to be or not to be, that is the question. To be what? To be divine or to be less than divine? To believe that we have the right to be is to be. So to be or not to be is the question. And we will reach that doorway, which will take us to our final destination. Once we receive that destination, we will know that there's no more than a doorway to our next final destination.
Oh, that is the question. Grateful for my father. It's very timely that he's here, because that's also how I got into the mother-daughter work, or the healing of that relationship and the importance of that, because I'm very much, and you know, the Most High is funny. You know, so a lot of times women that get called into woman's healing work weren't necessarily very feminine. So I grew up as a tomboy, grew up with my father, you know, more so connecting with him. I have a lot of his genetics. And so we just had more of the same interests. So myself and my mother's relationship, I don't want to say
football.
Yeah, playing football. I just caught a mean spiral like yesterday. Okay. And so anyway, my mother and our relationship was, I wouldn't say estranged, but strained in many ways, because my mother is a woman's woman, a queen of queens. And I was outside, no shoes on, Louisville slugging, baseballing, footballing, and I definitely just denied and rejected kind of all things femme, if you will. You know, you might see me looking feminine, but if you get a little closer, you know, you're going to get some of this right here. Hip hop, you don't stop. So with that being said, on that journey, with that womb work, I was in meditation, and I heard the spirit say, you know what, your femininity is locked up. Your femininity is locked up, and this is causing problems in everything, in your finances, in your work, in this, in your womb, in your life. And when I opened my eyes, my sisters and I, we have a book that we wrote together, and in the center, I am in the center, and I was in this beautiful pose behind bars. So the spirit even confirmed it to me with an image as soon as I opened my eyes. And after that, I accepted it and opened up to it, and the ball just started rolling after that. So I want to say too, this is not uncommon to be, you know, at odds with your mother, even those who, you know, proclaim, you know, my mother, there's really no dialect or any space, sacred space for a person to be able to really talk this stuff out. So it's a lot of pent up resentment and bitterness and all this. If my mother only would have, and this and that and the third. So it can really block your blessings. What I learned as a result of that. I would like to read this excerpt really quickly, because this was another light bulb or regenerative moment for me. If you are carrying resentment for your earthly mother, release your burden, cleanse your heart in your meditation, open up and just thank your mother no matter what. Hug her body and kiss her hands in the flesh, or if she sits among the ancestors, embrace her spirit sweetly and offer her a spiritual gift. For your mother did the best she could with what she had to work with. Forgive her and your blessings will flow like a waterfall. And I saw in that moment that some things were dammed up in my life, and I needed to heal up that mother-daughter dynamic. And I was able to set up an altar in regards to Sacred Woman and the Sacred Relationships Healing Gateway. And I put my big picture of my mom on my altar. And when she saw that, and I explained that to her, and that's what the altar is supposed to do. The altar is set up to alter you. So that altered the both of us, you know, and so she started more energy to me. And we're still not perfect, you know what I mean? But we have gone on to higher heights because that effort was made. And I also want to add to that, your mother can be in the afterlife, and you can still bring healing. Your mother can be not ready to heal with you, just like I said, sending you love and light, bringing it back to myself. You can get healed from any relationship, whether that person acknowledges it, apologizes, or even thinks that they're wrong or wants anything to do with it. So with that mother-daughter healing work, you can help to heal up your mother without your mother even knowing. But with my mother being aware, it brought us a lot closer together as a result. And I'm very grateful. And these things happen too because it is it's on purpose. It's on purpose. I was supposed to have to go through the rites of passage to learn the power of the feminine arts that I denied because I was so raised by my father, and that masculine, the masculine side of my brain, the left side of my brain, I really honored more. I honored legacy over lipstick. I honored intellectualism over hairstyling and dressing and fashion. But I've come to realize that my mama was right. And when Queen Afua came back, I got to have my hair right. I'm not going outside without the earrings. I'm like, throw some on and let's go. Now I see the power of womanness, the power of sacred beauty. Intellectualism has its place, but intuitive intellectualism, that's the left and the right brain. And that's when you cooking with real coconut.
Bring them together and you have harmony. Her mother has been married to the same man for 50 years. Okay? And we go through what we go through, and we come back to the divine order of that which is. Okay? The divine order of that which is. We are the chosen. We are the beginning. We are the ending. We are that which is. It is what? Absolute and supreme. Absolute truth and supreme justice. And nothing on this planet represents that more fully than the black woman. Because we pass through her to be, that word is again, comma, to be here. To be here. Yes. To be in order. To be or not to be.
Question. Thank you, Barbara.
Listen,
we
I'm gonna go
appreciate
back
you.
upstairs.
Y'all give my dad some love.
I'm mowing the grass right now. Love y'all.
Thank you, Barbara.
All right.
And y'all know what? One day I'm gonna get my moms on here because a gift thanks for my pops, because I would never be on a mic in front of a camera if it wasn't for my dad. If I asked my mom to come down here, she would be like, "Heavens no."
Oh, I love that. Welcome, Majestic. We can see your beautiful face now.
Give thanks, sister queens. Sister Karma, that your father, I mean, I was getting chills, and I said, you know what? The apple don't fall far from the tree.
No.
So that's the first time I heard your father speak, and he's powerful. Like I'm like, can I need to book an appointment?
Pull up.
Yeah. Powerful. And there's something about his tone and his voice that it's just it's authoritative. You know, it just, the room is just filled with it. So I love that. And I love how that he spoke about, you know, that balance, having that balance between, and you spoke about having that balance. Yes, you're very masculine, but you found that femininity, and both now created that harmony. Love it.
Yeah, and then also embracing that, because I I spent a lot of time like trying to change it, you know, from a humanistic perspective. But that was for the Most High to kind of transform and allow me to embrace who I was. Because this ain't your fault that you like baseball. It's not your fault that you're gravitating towards your father. If I hadn't gravitated toward my father more, I wouldn't have gotten the divine message from Queen Afua, who helped me to see what my mother was actually saying. You know, but sometimes you receive it from somebody else besides the person who reared you up. Yeah. So I'm grateful.
So do you actually do you have an actual presentation for us that you want to talk us through in terms of womb healing?
Yeah, no, we can actually. I told Perry, and shout out to him, that we can definitely do some interactive work during this time, because I love it. Every time I lecture or share, I just like to do something where we can get active, because it just shows once again how quickly you can shift your disposition, you know, when you're going through something. And I just got to give a shout out to all my international sisters, the ISC International Sister Circle. I'm so grateful to be a part of this collective. And shout out to my sister Majestic. Like, this my Capricorn says, she holds me accountable. She's very powerful. You know, I was on my way to London when COVID hit, booked, and could not come down. So we didn't have our, you know, we've had our WhatsApps and everything, but we have yet to have our physical stuff. So I look forward to getting to y'all on a greater level. But when I first talked to Majestic on the phone, she said, girl, I can't wait till we meet. You gonna love me. And she was right. She was so right, and just so powerful. Our birthdays are like 7 days apart, so she's like a mirror in my life. So, and thank you for all of y'all. I know that it's gonna be the same regard when we connect, but Majestic, you've definitely been so majestic and powerful. Keep on cooking all that good food, honey. I'll be the Canada in a minute.
Oh my God.
Reflections, so, queen. That's one thing I want to give thanks to, shout out to Brother Terry for always being in tune.
That's right.
You know, Canada, I'm in Canada, Toronto, Canada, but the connection is so real, and the brothers always. And so everyone out there watching, if you have not met Brother Terry or know this brother of divine,
I told him to put his picture up.
Oh yeah, brother, where are you at?
Absolutely. He ain't coming in. I was like, Terry.
Yes. So I love how he, you know, constantly brings us all together. And I just want to second Sister Karma. When I first met the sister in the flesh, I was like, you know, we hear so much about a sister, and you experience her from a distance. But when you're in front of the being as well, it's dynamic. And when I first met Sister Karma, I was just like, there was a sister coming into the building. It was at Dr. Naturals. And she's just like, Sister Karma, that's my mentor. And she's, the way I've seen her light up, I said, wow. You know, and so I love listening to you and always learning, Queen Karma. And I'm here, I'm always a student. And sisters from London, getting connected with you all. I love the new activity with Get to Know a Queen.
Yeah.
Sister Jaisha, it's wonderful. So I am here to serve and continue to
I need my partner too. Yeah, I need my partner. I saw my partner, but I'm like a sacred woman on the ridiculous move right now. So y'all help me stay accountable in this circle, please.
Yes. Ashe.
Yes. And I do want to piggyback off of that as well, because we met Mr. Riggs, aka Terry, together, you know, and no, I met him before, but I want to thank Terry for having the vision. And also being at the helm, but as you see, his picture is not here. So he's the visionary. He's activating everything. He's bringing people together. And also shout out to Brother Ali, by whom we met Terry through, who kind of created some of the.
Yeah.
And Terry continuing that work. So we're all a part of the Sacred Woman family with Queen Afua, which segued into the International Sister Circle, you know, so it's just tribe on tribe on tribe. And I wanted to bring it. Terry gave me this when we was all together. Shungite. This is Shungite. He gave me this. He just walked around passing out gifts. Just walking around passing out gifts. And this shungite is actually very powerful for such a time as now. And when I picked this up, I definitely said, God, don't let me forget to share about him giving me this. But shungite is it helps to ward off or protect you from that EMF, those electromagnetic fields that are negative, like that's being emitted from 5G and all of this crazy vibrational warfare that we're in. But I said to myself, wow, he gave me this years ago for a gift. For such a time as this. And the Spirit spoke to me and said, you know what? You're born into this world with gifts. So I just want to also encourage everybody to think about what gifts that you came into this world with that is for such a time as this. Oh, and I'm talking people who want to get activated. You know, if you're not ready, your time will come, because it keeps cycling. It keeps cycling. And for those who it's your round, it's your time. What's your shine? What makes you feel good? What is your medicine? First of all, not even what makes other people feel good, what makes you feel good. That womb healing made me feel great, and it ended up being my life's calling. And you also have to be mature enough to accept that, because one, I still don't have any physical children, but I'm called to help women to have children. So you gotta forget all about yourself, you know. So that's that. I had to sing on here at some point.
I love that. I want to say something. I'm just buzzing, absolutely buzzing. Zzz, it's beautiful. So yeah, what you're saying is a lot about the ego, to just let go of it, let go of the physical ego, the spirit, that ego, because it doesn't serve the purpose for our spirituality. Right. There's so many things you've said. Okay, so what you said, what I want to quickly say just before, just in case I forget, is about having relationships with your mom, even if they're not here. Thankfully, my mom is here. Even if it's not a good relationship that you have, you can still do the healing. That's important. Very important. I love my mom, little self-disclosure. I love my mom dearly. But I choose to be boundaried with her where I don't speak to her. Because for me, at the moment, I feel like that works well, because I'm then not, we don't then clash. And at times, over the years and years and years, I've tried to work with her. And each time, in my perspective, I felt like I've been crapped on. So I've just kept that no communication. From your perspective, Carmen, would you say, at the moment, I feel like it's okay. Maybe we will need to speak with each other in the future. But what's your thoughts on completely not communicating with your mom?
It's a matter.
And you can ask me any questions that you want.
Okay, Kima. It really is a matter of where you are. You know, like you said, if the boundaries are creating healing. Oh, I got a stone in my pocket right now as well. This black tourmaline, when that time does come, if it does, inshallah, and we're speaking the healing over you and your mother's relationship and mother-daughter relationships all over the planet. We speak that into the atmosphere right now. This black tourmaline is something that helps you stay positive. This is a return to sender stone. So any negative stuff that somebody is sending to you, tourmaline be like, I send that back to you. But when it goes back to the person, they actually, it's transmuted energy. So they don't get the negative energy back. They get a whole new understanding of you and what they're saying and how they deal with you. So this is a good workplace, and just people you have to be around, like parents, like co-workers, like people in your household, like that dude that ain't moving until the end of the month. You know, get that tourmaline in your pocket. So this is a great stone for that. But begin to work with that. Also, This is pink quartz or pink rose quartz.
I have that.
This is very,
I have that.
yes, work with that, work with that. So I would say, no, continue to do some personal work and tap into your intuition and realize when that time comes, and don't rush, because you actually at this point you can do more for your mother at your altar than you do like in a conversation at this point. And you, I feel that with you. So yeah, I would keep it as it is, and then spirit is going to kind of be confident that spirit is going to let you know. Oh my God, don't help me. I don't want to catch the holy post on here, okay? But I just felt something in my back. I just felt something in my back.
Love
but
it.
that gate is going to open up, and you're going to know unequivocally exactly what to do, because it's already in your DNA. Your mother is in you. And like Jaisha was saying, let's do right now in this moment an affirmation that's for healing the mothers. And it is, I'll say it and y'all just repeat it. I am in the heart of my mother.
I am
in the heart
of my mother.
My mother is in my heart.
My mother is in my heart.
In my heart.
Let's say it again with some real conviction. I am in the heart of my mother.
I am in the heart of my
mother.
My mother is in my heart.
My mother is in my heart.
Because it's the most primordial relationship you will ever have. You have your mother's emotions. You shared her body with her. Everything she ate came to you. Everything that she felt, everything that she thought, everything that she was. So it is in your DNA. And I want to give thanks to Brother Wanique Shabazz and bless you, Kima, as well, too, as that healing is taking place in your heart right now. But he said, I heard a lecture, and it was entitled Issues in Your Tissues. So we have chromosomes from our mother and our father. He said, when you curse your mother, you're cursing yourself, because you're compiled of her chromosomes. So learning how to speak well of her, and if you're not ready to kiss your mother's feet physically, kiss your mother's hands and give her gifts in your mind's eye. Do that within yourself until you are ready to do in a physical realm. Take your time. Take your time. Go beyond time and space and allow yourself to heal, Let's just say, I forgive my mother. Right now. Yeah, because we can't, and we say these things theoretically. I forgive my mom. My mom didn't know no better. She couldn't give to me. But then we still carry those scars. We still carry that pent up resentment. So actualize. That's one level to say, I know my mother did the best she can. But if you continue to churn that and speak that, even if you don't feel it, even if you're numb in your heart, that stuff will start to melt away. And honor your mother's womb. Another affirmation when I do the inner child healing, because that's why I brought my homie right here, this little Karma. Okay? Spike, and she spoke yesterday, and she said, I want to come to the circle. But when we continue and continue, that stone starts to melt in your heart, and your inner child can heal. So much of this is childhood trauma. Scientifically, it's said that 70% of ailments and disease stem from childhood trauma. As results, we don't feel comfortable to speak on things that hurt us as a child. 'Cause it's like, that's silly. I was only 8, but that 8-year-old is still hurt. And you see her jump in the driver's seat when the neck gets to moving, and you done cussed everybody out at the grocery store. And it's like, where did that come from? I'm sacred, and somebody triggered you, So healing that up is so powerful, and accepting from within yourself. Oh, that's what I was saying. The inner child work, I found an affirmation, and it said, I return to my mother's womb to heal myself and the planet. So that's kind of bringing the two of those together, the womb healing and the mother-daughter stuff. That's you can't have one without the other. So honoring your mother's womb, she brought us into this world. That's enough. If she never did anything else, that's enough. And all of the problems and issues or whatever else is your life lesson. It's creating your lesson plan. So nothing is out of alignment. You didn't need a better mother. This was divinely chosen for you.
I agree.
To lead you to your highest destiny. So let's allow it and accept it as well. We got to accept all of the pain of the past. And once you accept it, woo, and stop running from the pain, over busying yourself. All of these things, because we don't want to deal with what's going on in the head and the heart. We allow that, and then we can move from within the womb, from the pain to the purpose, because it happened on purpose. But we ain't talking in theory. We ain't just talking that just to say that to somebody. Say it to yourself, you know. So yeah, give thanks.
Give thanks. Thank you.
Sister Karma, so there's a question from our favorite sister, Sister Latoya from Toronto, Canada. And I want to ask her question, but I have a question as well. So I'll ask her question first. But before we ask the question, Mother, welcome, Mother.
She came.
Now you said she wasn't gonna come.
Happy belated Mother's Day, ladies.
We'll talk with my mom. We'll answer those questions, and then we'll share some with my mom. So go ahead, Majestic.
So Latoya, her question is, can you elaborate on the way you facilitate your program?
In terms of like my consultation or circle?
Well, I don't know her
okay, I can kind of program both. Like with my okay, well, with my consultation work, I do a lot of different things, but first it's kind of like a health history. So I find out what your physical ailments and different things are, the history of your mother and your father, because again, you're made up of those chromosomes, and your DNA was passed down to you, and how you act and how you behave, all that was passed down to you through your blood. So we have to check on the health of your menses. So when you look at a person's blood, a woman's blood, you can see what's going on within them. So first of all, I see what is the case with your cycle and how that is moving. And then I begin to prescribe diet. Okay, come back. Don't come back.
I'll be back.
Okay. So prescribing diet, prescribing affirmations. There are womb meditations. There are womb prayers. There are essential oils that help the womb. There are tonics and teas that help the womb. So there is a myriad of things, but it has to be broken down. There is a format, but there also is, I'm also an intuitive coach. So I kind of tailor it specifically for you, because I have my format, but I also have to let the spirit move as well.
Ashe. Thank you for that. So my question is, how does a sister keep balance within the relationship with her mother when there's been about a 12-year space, a gap, where the sister was kicked out at a certain age. She's no longer, there's been a missing in her life of the mother for over 10 years. And the reason for the kicking out was because there's a part of the sister that the mother does not accept, which is her spiritual side and her spirit, the way she chooses to spiritually live her life. So then they reunite. How do you keep balance in a relationship like that when the sister knows that the mother does not accept that side of her and doesn't want anything to do with that side? And but she wants to be herself. So how can there be ma'at, peace, balance in that relationship?
I held this feather up just as soon as you said that. Keeping the heart light and self-acceptance, because we also have to accept that there are certain people, and it could be including your own mother, that's never going to accept different parts of you. So kind of like let that go and allow the relationship to be what it is versus what you want it to be. And another thing, because I work with many women who are getting more aware and more active in ancient healing modalities, if you will, and they kind of, you know, are in the church and have this strict stuff and their family is not accepting. You also have to, I would say, like as Queen teaches us, to be a mystic. You don't have to go to your mom to mom, I need you to drink this tonic, mama. I need you to pray and talk about my eye. Go to where your mother is, because whatever religious preference you had before that led you to your new awakening. So I'm not one that throws away every other religion, because it's all on purpose. You know what I mean? Because I had a client that had the same issue. Like, my mom, she don't understand with my healing and my stones and stuff, but you understand her stuff, right? So, you know, say a little prayer with your mother in what it is she wants to do, because that's your mother. So she may not ever accept that verbalizing, because I saw too, there was somebody who's Baba Heru. He spoke about sometimes when you offering too much to your parents, they feel they're losing parental control or authority from you. So just kind of like humble yourself and let your life speak for itself. We were so excited. Mama, you have to stop eating that. The best way to help mama stop eating something is if you stop eating it and meet her where she is. Because even the way that I practice with my healing work, I meet people where they are, you know, so I don't come in talking about a whole bunch of heavy stuff. That's that intuition as well. You can't feed a baby steak when they need spiritual milk. And in some regards, you've become maybe a spiritual giant, and your mother may still be in this space. So give her that space and accept it as it is, if you're willing to do that, because you don't have to kick people away. I come from, again, the grassroots community. My father comes from very strong spiritual Christian background and roots, and it was devastating to my grandmother, who is a first lady, very powerful spiritually, but his revolutionary fervor, her revolutionary fervor, they were in different spiritual houses. So that caused a disconnect in some regards. But we're in a whole new generation now. So we have to do things differently, because these things used to split people apart, getting you disowned and excommunicated from out of the family, you know, but we really don't have any control over that. But we can just kind of come in, because when we would go to the church for First Ladies Day, we weren't in there pumping Black Power fists. You know what I mean? We were taking communion because we just honored that. So the more you honor her, the more she'll honor you. Give thanks. Did that help at all?
You did. Give thanks for the answer and your sharing. Now, one more thing about that. How can the sister rise above the compromising of her way, not the way of life, but her emotional space, her heart chakra? How can she, knowing that mother or even other family members are almost embarrassed, like they don't want you to, you know, you come around and let's say you are wearing a bindi, very different, right? You got your third eye, and you know, people are embarrassed to be seen with a person very eccentric. So how does a sister keep her own emotional balance and still, because you know you love these people, they're your family, you love your mate, you love your parents and your brothers and stuff like that. So how can she keep her emotional balance when they're embarrassed by her expression?
Well, again, this is a big part of my story, because we were, you know, very different. I was actually traumatized by this as a child. You know what I mean? Being so different, being vegan, vegetarian, being into Black history and culture and art and all of these things. So one thing is, you have to be yourself. There is no compromise. Now, I wouldn't necessarily come to Thanksgiving dinner with a big feather in my head. You know what I mean? But if I want to wear a bindi or whatever else, but I am keeping balance with that. But everybody is not going to accept you, you know, and that does hurt. You're going to lose not only family members who feel like you may be doing some demon worship and whatever else. You have to stand on you and yours, but you don't have to go into the house waving because I want to be, you know, I'm me. We don't have to defend our right to be ourselves. We don't have to come in, you know, saying God is good. She'll make a way in front of your grandma who's a hard-nosed Christian. You see what I'm saying? We don't have to be controversial, if you will, because the divine feminine is mystical. We're not on the soapbox just talking and talking. We're actually walking and walking. So you can't control that, sis. You can't control it. Many of my family members, I mean, I shaved my whole head. I remember a family member said to me, and that hurt. That hurt several people. You know what? This is my cousin, it's my niece. She used to have really long hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, or my head wrap, or, you know, or when you look so pretty, except that head looks so nappy, or have cornrows, you look like a boy. You have to just become so merciful. So merciful. God is merciful to the merciful, not getting disrespected, because I laughed many times where it wasn't funny to me. So I also got to a place where I'm in patah. I'm standing on my own foundation and I'm secure with who I am. So continue to work on that sacred security within yourself, so that when that stuff comes your way, you can be gracious, but not a punk. Because you're just not going to say, back in the day, I used to laugh about a lot, but I don't do that in the same way anymore. So you gotta stand in your own. Ain't nobody joking with my dad, like y'all said, when he came down here. Ain't nobody really trying him like that, because he knows who he is, you know. So it's out of your control. Stand in yours. You don't have to overdo it. You also have to understand that the consciousness and the awakening that you have is a gift. It's not better than Big Mama's. Because Big Mama, if it weren't for Big Mama singing hymns and praying, Big Mama is doing and did more from an African standpoint and an ancient standpoint than we do now. We ain't praying through the night. Big Mama prayed till the sun came up. Big Mama sat on the porch and rocked and hymned and prayed. She sang into the food. So we're re-embracing that. And Big Mama had that. I cannot say that I can go into the yard and pick out some herbs to heal somebody. Big Mama could. So we also have to relook at how we perceive what we left out of. You got to honor the mud from which you came out of. And I don't feel one modality over the other is better. It's how you embrace it. So if you're a Christian, a Muslim, a Rasta, a Nile Valley consciousness, Kemetic legacy holder, do you. And you don't judge people in that way. And that's how that was formulated for me. I grew up very judged, being cultural in the 80s, but that's how I know not to do that to people. So I don't judge, but I also speak, because I still deal with those triggers. I release the fear of judgment. I release my judgment from other people, and I release other people's judgment. So do that work before you go anywhere that you feel uncomfortable. Not just grandma's house, but work and with your maid and with everybody else. Stand in yours, but you don't have to overdo it. Just be you. If they don't like it, that's way too bad.
Ashe, thank you.
Thank you, sis.
Sister Latoya was asking another question.
Okay. Close this door. Go ahead.
Is it advisable to heal someone without their knowledge? and or their permission?
Yeah, I mean, I actually just spoke on that. I don't know, because we can't actually heal anybody. You know, we have to, the power of healing is within ourselves, you know, and it comes from our own direct connection to the Most High. But I think it's totally healthy to send that love and light and to do work, you know, in regards to people that you love, you know, and that can also get tricky because people who have magic, you know, that has been abused in so many regards. I put a spell on you, you know, so we have to be very ethical in the work that we do in terms of sending love and light and doing Reiki work for people. But you can't heal them. You can help to facilitate their healing, though. So I would say yes. You know, I would definitely say yes, because I pray for a lot of people, or else we wouldn't be praying for the planet like we do. You know what I mean? Like everybody needs prayer, and those of us that have that high vibration and have that work and are activated in our tools, I believe it's our spiritual responsibility to speak into the life of every being on the planet. Give thanks.
Absolutely.
Okay, I agree. And to back up what you're saying there, it's about your intentions.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
It's about your intentions of why you're sending this energy, this healing to this other person. So yeah, as long as that intention's positive or balanced, I would definitely agree with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, I want to second what Sister Karma, what you're saying about we don't heal anyone. What comes to mind is that the healer is within each and every person. And so sometimes if you create an environment for the healer to awaken, then they start to say, oh, you made a green salad today. I want some of that. What you drinking today? And sometimes with the varying of, they say in the Bible, sin, the wages of sin is death. The weight is so weighty that sometimes people are weighed down. Their senses are blocked. A lot of mucus in the body. So they're not, their antennas are not like, oh, salad, they'll pass it by. Oh, exercise, I'm lethargic. So if you create an environment of movement, music playing in the background, sometimes it stimulates the healer within a person. And there's only so much that we can do, because the willpower in a person has got to be quickened. You have to activate their will, right? And that's when we become a healer, we're doing the outer work in order for them to connect to the inner work.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, even like for a simple example, I remember a lot of people ask me, oh, I lost a lot of weight. A lot of people say, oh, what did you do to lose weight? What did you do to lose weight? And I say, until your mindset is there to lose weight and become healthier, you will never, if I show you all the moves, if we work out together, if your mindset is not in the right place and you haven't found that balance, you'll never be healthy. You'll never lose that weight, because as you said, the healing is from within. Until you are at that place where you're ready to embrace and you're ready to accept what it is that's for you, it will never happen, regardless of what you do, who you follow, who you speak to.
Yeah, that's fact. Like Queen Afua stated recently in one of the classes for Sacred Women, we know this, but the terminology, that term, that statement, weight is not in the body, it's in the heart. And once you heal up that heart, the physical weight is going to melt once you get the weight off of your heart, because that physical weight is a manifestation of your psychological weight. So you, how many vanilla shakes fast. I'm on a grapefruit fast. I'm on a smoothie fast. I'm on a green tea fast. I'm on a master cleanse fast. I lost 20 pounds. Now I gained 20 pounds because I stopped drinking that tea and went back to what I was doing before. So we're helping people to come out of that cycle and create a commitment and a dedication and a lifestyle, because extreme measures will give you extreme results, but that maintenance plan is what really gives you the longevity to keep it. And that's in anything. That's in anything. So yeah, I give thanks. Come here, Mama, because Mama getting ready to work. I just want to give that. I'm gonna answer that question about the womb yoga dance too, but I definitely, this is a rare moment because my mom
is camera shy.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mama.
We appreciate you, Mom.
Give thanks. And I get this from my mom as well. I call myself, I'm mixed. I'm half fly and half shy, because my daddy would jump on anybody's camera, but I'm also a person who, I'm not this person too. So I had to push that part of myself to come forth. And as I'm doing that, and my sister is doing that again, now my mother is coming forth, because I told her a while ago, you know, this ain't gonna last forever. You're gonna get on the camera, baby.
And hence,
yeah.
Here you are.
But, yeah, give everybody a blessing and say, hey, this is my mom, my creatress. So grateful for her.
We love you, Mother.
And we're still on the
Yes.
Yeah, give thanks. She can get to work.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Isn't she lovely? But I did, if I can, I wanted to speak about the womb yoga. I'm so grateful that I saw a question, because I can't even see when I'm talking. I'll be like, yeah. But the womb yoga, speaking about that and how that assists us on our journey, it is so powerful. I did some inversions actually yesterday and today in preparation for this work, but womb yoga actually, or yoga in itself, the word yoga actually is another word in Kemetic yoga. It's Mai Tawi, which means heaven and earth, bringing heaven and earth together. So it's totally a part of your chakra system, and your higher chakras and your lower chakras. Your lower chakras is your animal nature that we never really can get past. Like we talked about the power of sexuality, spiritual sexuality. In this society, nobody's ever really able to get past the flesh and sexual lower desires. But once we're able to master the fire of the back, that's another word for aligning the chakras, allowing that your lower self to continue to go higher. So when you get into yoga, and not just the movements, but the philosophy of yoga, because it's the philosophy of enlightenment and that Christ consciousness, if you will, because like Majestic spoke about, activating the will. That's what Christ consciousness is, or Heru Hood. It's about becoming the hero, because every religious preference has a hero story, right? But we are here in the flesh to represent that hero and avenge our mothers and fathers. So that is a part of that. But also physically, when you move, you know, you allowing that sekhem, or the life force, because our breath, we have energy, we're animated because of the God force within us. So when we physically get into movement and yoga and stretching, we become more physically flexible, but the blood is circulating through our veins, and that's given us, because we have that, remember we talked about the stagnation and being dammed up with blockages. It helps to remove blockages. When your blood or your inner waters are not flowing, that's when you have the dams. But when you put your legs up, sorry, I gotta do it. When you put your legs all the way up, you allowing blood to flow down, and it comes through your legs, and that's called as above, so below. Because we stand up, but you also have to physically as above, so below. So you're bringing heaven to earth when you spiritualize your physical body through movement. So it creates physical flexibility, but it also creates flexibility for you to go with the flow in life. And as it removes the physical blockages, because your body's not moving and there's no circulation, it allows that to move, and you can now move, and it removes those blockages, and you can step into and move into symbolically your divine purpose. So when we physically move, it puts us in a position to spiritually move, because a lot of the reasons that we're not walking into purpose is because we're physically, spiritually, and emotionally blocked up. And when we physically move, it allows the spirit to move for you. We're getting out of the way of our own selves and allowing spirit to come in and cut away and do warfare. See, I'm sorry. I'm finna get up.
That's right. That's right.
Dance and movement is warfare. You doing warfare. I remember some prophetesses, they anointed my feet. They didn't even know me, okay? They anointed my feet. They said, you're a warrior. When you dance, you are doing warfare. Queen Afua taught me the same thing, and it shifted my perspective. She said, when you dance, the planet shifts. You heal the planet. That is your medicine. So movement is medicine, and especially when you bring in consciousness into it, because you can go to the party and hey, ho, hey, but then when you get into Healers Unite and recognize the ancient ones, you know, that's a whole different that's a whole different. Falcons fly, okay? Falcons fly up in here. You become that falcon and you begin to fly and soar. And when you do those movements, I'm calling on the ancient ones. The ancient ones are coming forth in your life. You do this, the Healers Unite movement. The healers got to align up with your divine words that you're speaking into the atmosphere. So you're adding value to the planet when you move. Microcosmic and macrocosmically. Give thanks.
I dance every day.
Good. I love that.
Karma, cosmic energy. Karma, cosmic energy.
Wow. Okay. A lot of you're saying to us sounds a little bit like Qigong. I don't know if you know much about Qigong.
Qigong.
Say it one more time. Yeah.
A lot of what you've spoken about reminds me of something called Qigong.
Bebop?
Qigong. I think she's saying.
Is that
Qigong?
Qigong.
Oh, yeah.
Qigong.
Definitely. Yeah. I've gotten into that as well. And that has changed my life too, because I grew up in some hardcore traditional West African dance where we, you know, and song helped me to channel my energy from a more divine, feminine place, because I always thought I just always had to. And Qigong helped me to like, all right, here's a movement, and then we push it up. And we bring the energy down, we bring it out, and then we bring it back. I learned through Qigong a more powerful for myself when it comes to my femininity, because I always thought I had to kill it. And now I've learned through the power of sacred, I learned how to heal it. Yep. So yeah, I love that modality, and I'm getting more into that because it's powerful too for the mind, like where we have to cool out, especially during these times, you know, and get into a meditative flow. I'm very energetic and I'm a ball of energy. So I need things like a Qigong and a sacred, a womb yoga dance, you know, to kind of cool out my disposition. Yeah, you don't want to be all fired out going to bed. You know, yeah, that's a moving meditation. womb yoga dance. That's a moving meditation, and not even to take from West African dance. There are many sacred healing dances, but as a someone who geared more toward the masculinity, I went more toward the strong man dances, versus that. And I had it in me, but learning the power of sacredness over your movement, I gained more respect for that part. I didn't feel I was walking in my power unless I was killing it. And now I know I'm killing it, in my way.
Sister Karma, I'm feeling a question. I mean, I don't know if you touched base on it earlier, but before I came into the show, but I'm feeling that this question is important for some of our viewers or sisters out there that would experience this. Can you speak on STDs within the womb and sexual partners, past sexual partners that, you sleep with one man and that person is bringing energy into the womb of his former partners and releasing that. And so a sister who has had multiple partners, sexually transmitted diseases, and if she possibly is currently living with one that is a virus. I know this is a question, but
it's cool. I love speaking on this because I definitely have been on that journey as well. The whole sacred relationships gateway, which we've been talking about with the mother-daughter dynamic, that next gateway is sacred union. So, and I'm speaking from the Sacred Woman text. I just want to be clear on that for anybody who joined that is not here. So I'm making reference to Queen Afua's book, Sacred Woman. But yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, I'm still left out. I've got none.
Let me see.
I'm gonna have to get this
book.
Yeah.
Hey. But yes, I saw a meme and it said STD, spiritually.
We got another one.
Spiritual transmitted diseases. Spiritually transmitted diseases. So, and in that sacred union gateway, it also is, there's a mantra: no more lovers, if you please, without a committed relationship, because we're all carrying stuff. And as women, we are divine receivers. So when you take in a mate, you taking in all of their recycled traumas, all of their stress, their mama issues, their daddy issues, their financial issues, all of the stuff that they're carrying, truth be told. And when you know better, you do better, because a lot of times people are not aware of this. So it's not going to affect somebody as much as once you awaken in your cellular being to this truth, So I would definitely say wait and cleanse and wait. That's another. I was just reading because I had to keep going. I want a mate, okay? But what I did at this point now, I'm Harriet Tubman. So I'm on that frequency. I'm not necessarily, but what Majestic spoke about, going through that work and abstaining and using my sexual energy to raise my frequency versus always, being sexually active. I keep that for myself, because you allowing your spirit to rest. You allowing your soul to rest. You allowing your spiritual guts to rest. Your spiritual colon to rest from having all of this activity and somebody else's activity. And I will say I'm abstinent for years at a time. I'm gonna be all the way transparent with it. I've had moments, but for the last like 6-7 years, to be honest with you, I've been pretty much abstinent. Once I took in a partner, wanting to have that longing, I felt a difference, because I had been abstinent for so long. I said, these ain't even my thoughts. These are not my feelings. This toxicity that I'm experiencing right now is not even me. So you definitely will take that on. And as you continue on and maintain your abstinence, waiting on your mate, if you get active, you'll feel it and you'll know it. And anybody that has a disease, Queen of Fools Master Herbal, that helps to heal 103 diseases and a number of sexually transmitted diseases. So you get that, you take that 3 times, but it's not like you taking a sip of that once a month. You got to get on it. You have to boil and steep 3 cups overnight and drink 3 cups of that every day for a month or 2 or 3. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely. But all sexually transmitted diseases can be healed. They can be healed. You just got to do your diligence, and as much as you, and don't beat up on yourself if you have intercourse, you know, and it's something that you didn't want to do. Just keep going. Just keep going, because we're too hard on ourselves. Because it's being hard on yourself. How does that work for you? It makes you feel worse, and it takes you further back into the dark and makes you feel ashamed of where you are. If I do have moments, I'm a woman. I still love myself. And what else? I get my frankincense and myrrh and smudge my whole body, smudge my womb, speak over my womb, lay out, cleanse, bathe with the Epsom salt, the frankincense oil, and start over again. Like Queen of Fools said, if you fall off the horse, take you a bath and have you a green juice and keep right on going. And that's her claim to fame too. She said, I have the power to step over stuff. I'm not going to linger anywhere. When I see that this is no longer productive, I'm moving on. So we can't sit in the mud and wallow in the mud. We take a mud bath because we in the Mud Woman clan, and we get the minerals from the mud of that experience, and we get on out of there. So give thanks. But abstinence, I'm pro abstinence, okay? And I got an acronym: always. Abstinent, living with a yielded spirit. And I ain't always perfect in it, but I'm pretty good.
Yes,
so,
you.
Yeah.
So I know, Karma, you did say that you had some interactive work for us to do. So can we touch on something interactive so we can get into something and
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, Jaisha, you better keep us on point. Because I be every point. And when I did this with Gary earlier, I was like, who's facilitating? Because I need somebody to keep it focused. But actually do bringing it back to center. I did want to tap into some womb work, and for anybody watching that has the book, there are 25, there's more work within this, but there are 25 natural living womb regeneration techniques that start on page 96. And it may be, I don't know how many pages that is. And the whole first 4 chapters are from Out of the Womb. So page 96, there are 25 things there. And then page 62 is a very powerful page that I study from and teach out of in my womb work. And all of my work with the detox work and whatnot, I always start with the womb. My meditation work, I do womb meditation, blah, blah, blah. But this is, these are some womb affirmations. So what I want to do is just get us into a comfortable place. Let's all just take it. And everybody watching too, and that's going to watch. Let's just begin to relax and come out of the logic and reasoning and just tap into our divine selves. Let's all just take a deep cleansing breath in together. Exhale and release. Another deep breath in and fill up your abdomen nice and slow so you can bring your heart rate down. And breathe into your womb space. Exhale and release all of that trauma and all of those recycled womb traumas that keep coming into your life, creating cycles. Take another deep breath in as we spoke about. Breathe in love and light to your womb. Breathe that in, intentional love, and see that beautiful light within your womb, lighting up, healing, and refreshing yourself, your womb and your body. Exhale and just let go. Let go of everything that you've been through, understanding that it came to be a master teacher in your life. We don't have to hold on or carry that anymore. Give thanks. Breathe in deep. Breathe into your heart space. Breathe into the womb of your heart, because everything that we feel comes into fruition. So we want to be healed and keep our hearts as light as a feather. Exhale and release heart disease, congestive heart failure, a heavy heart, brokenheartedness, and receive that balance of Ma'at, weighing our hearts up with the feather, keeping our hearts light. Breathe into your heart space again. Breathe in forgiveness. Breathe in love for your mother, your primordial relationship that takes precedence over every other relationship on the planet. Exhale and release toxic relationships as a result of not being in alignment with the mother-daughter dynamic. Exhale and release that out now. Let it go. Release the tension in your shoulders. Just feel that weight. Feel that tension. Just begin to melt away. Take a deep breath in and breathe into the womb of your mind. Breathe in to the left and right hemisphere of your brain. Breathe in healing. Breathe in a new mindset, new way of thinking, new wine. Exhale and release all of the negative thinking, all of the confusion, all of the inner chaos that we overthink. And down some, Terry. I'll take another deep breath in and bring your arms upward. Both arms up over your head. Get into a prayer position. Exhale and come down. And keep it here at your first eye, in between your brows. And repeat after me. Awaken the womb of my mind.
Awaken the womb of my mind.
For what I think, I birth, I create.
For what I think, I birth, I create.
Take a deep breath in. Come down to your heart space, your heart chakra, your seat of mercy, your seat of compassion, your sacred center. Breathe in again. Exhale and repeat. Awaken the womb of my heart.
Awaken the womb of my heart.
For what I feel, I birth, I create.
For what I feel, I birth, I create.
Back into this Merkut. Breath in. Turn that upside down. Place it underneath your navel on your womb space. Send love and light to your womb now. Just this peaceful disposition that we've created. Just right. Awaken the womb of my body.
Awaken the womb.
For what I think and what I feel.
For what I think and what I feel.
I birth out of my seat of creation.
I birth out of my seat of creation.
And today I birth womb wellness.
And today I birth womb wellness.
A higher calling.
A higher calling.
Of body.
Of body.
Mind.
Mind.
And spiritual healing.
And spiritual healing.
Let's do a few more call and responses. My womb is divine, and so is my life.
My womb is divine, and so is my life.
My womb is sacred, so is my life.
My womb is sacred, so is my life.
My womb is radiant, and so is my life.
My womb is radiant, and so is my life.
My womb is a dynamic force, and so is my life.
My womb is a dynamic force, and so is my life.
My womb is the gateway to heaven on earth, and so is my life.
My womb is the gateway to heaven, and so is my life.
I just want you to visualize yourself. Go within your womb and have a sacred seat on a beautiful white lotus. Just have a seat and rest with the power of your womb. Rest within your power, the seat of your womanness, the portal of all creation. And just visualize a beautiful white light covering your womb. The uterus, fix. Feel that light, see that light shine and illuminate within you. Allow that healing white light to wash and purge all of the womb trauma, all of the old partners, all of the pain that has been recorded in your womb, because she knows all things that you have experienced. Allow that to be washed. Allow that to be purified. Just breathe that in. Breathe in that healing and allow it and receive it. Because the divine feminine and the healing is about receiving. We give so much. We have to, as our household, to receive all of the seeds that you have sown, to return back to you. Receive your harvest for what you have given. Breathe in and allow yourself to rest, a wonderful rest with your soul. Exhale and be at ease. Be at peace right where you are. We don't have to rush. We don't have to worry. We don't have to scurry. Let's be at peace with everything working itself out and everything being in divine timing. And we are a part of this world healing. Visualize the world, the planet within your womb. Allow the planet to be healed, because the world is waiting on us to heal. The world is waiting to receive orders from us. Time to return to your throne. Take your seat out. Accept it. Be awakened. Be activated. And be powerful. You are a woman. You are a healer. That is enough. You are enough. You were chosen to bring life onto this planet. That is a powerful position. Let's play our positions accordingly. Breathe in deep. Exhale and let it go. Ready? Come back to center. Open your eyes. Send each other some love. 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 Send it out. Sending love all over the planet. Send it out. and then bring it back to yourself, because you never want to be empty of your own gifts. I just pray and speak the power of overflow over our lives. So in our giving, we never become empty. What we are called to give on the planet, to give to our, so we must join culture and be on the forefront. Make sure that you are healing yourself as a healer.
Gratitude.
Thank you. Thank you.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
I hope everybody, I really hope everybody.
Terry, if you cut that music down.
Terry?
I need to.
Terry?
Like, you better pour some libation.
Shay.
Libation.
Yes, sister.
So is the music coming from Karma's side?
Queen.
Okay. Give thanks to all of our inner children. Let your inner child be
Okay.
so much Karma for that. Thank you for that. I hope everybody
We love you too. We love you too.
I hope everybody who was watching and I hope everybody was able to take part and really, really like gain something from that, because I felt that. I feel this real calm, sereneness to myself now. So thank you, Karma. Thank you. People in the comments are saying that was beautiful. Thank you so much. I really want to salute you, Queen, for coming on and really saying thank you for the message that you've given us today, the knowledge that you've been passing on us in regards to our womb. I'm so grateful, and I feel like sometimes it's an awakening that we need to pay more attention to our bodies, like as women, as Black women, especially, that we hold so much within us, and we really need to pay attention, really pay attention to our power within our own being. So I really thank you for coming on and really helping us with that today. Yeah. Just a quick note that from next week, Queens, everyone who joins us on a Sunday, our time slot will be changing. So it will no longer be 5 p.m. GMT. It will be 3 now. So it'll be now 3 p.m. UK time. And the reason for that is just so that I don't know if anyone else watches Queen Afua on the Black Girls Rock platform. So if there is anyone who does watch that, enable to everyone to be able to watch what's going on with Queen Afua and also being with us here on a Sunday as well, so you can get the best of both worlds and not have to miss out on anything. So our time will be changing from 5 p.m. to 3 p.m. Now every Sunday. And we do have some really, really exciting things coming forth. So please stay tuned. Come back with us every single Sunday. Go over to our website, which is internationalsistercircle.com. Information will be there as well. Go onto our Instagram, which is International Sister Circle. Please go and check out Karma Soul. As she says, she does have consultations. And if you want to know more, if you want to work with her, check her out on Instagram, which is at Karma Soul on Instagram. Karma, do you have a website or anything like that anywhere else?
I do have an Etsy. I'm working on that because I have so many moving parts. So I'm going to be loading more up concerning my Etsy, but it's best to, I gave that I gave that. If you could share it on the Sister Circle page, that'd be great. But I have an Etsy page. It's www.karmasoul.etsy.com. But I do a lot of business via my social media. So I'm posting things. Like I said, this is some of my work. And there are womb stones and immune boosting stones and abundance stones on this work. So I do jewelry for the womb healing, all healing, of course. And then I also have, I'm just so much, but I sell the waist bead because I feel in that. I'm trying to work on my healing work and promote my products, but I do the womb waist beads as well, or whatever it is you want to accomplish through, through waist beads. But that is another powerful way to bring healing to your womb, is through the waist beads. So Black Girl Wasted. Let's get Black Girl Wasted. Let's get the London look too. Did y'all see that? I got the London look.
Love it.
You're funny, you know, because some of us are in Birmingham or near to Birmingham.
I got the Birmingham look
and the London look. You got them all. They got it from you. What do you mean?
Give thanks for the UK. Okay, give thanks for you all. I appreciate y'all so much. I don't hate that I wasn't able to come down to London and party with y'all, but this is our first international party. And Canada, stop playing. You better come back. Canada, the United States of America. We're going to cover the planet with this science because it's serious. This is more than a hashtag. This is hashtag real life and sacred science and technology. Give thanks.
I know that Majestic does some stuff as well with the sacred woman. So Majestic also does a thing, and oh my gosh, her Instagram page makes me want to lick the screen every time. Every time I see her. Really? So go and check out
like Capricorn.
Instagram as well. Majestic, what's your Instagram handle? Is it
Majestic and the Menu?
Yeah. So go and check out Majestic as well. So again, thank you guys once again for joining us on this beautiful Sunday. Again, the time has now changed. It will be 3 p.m. every Sunday. We've got some really exciting things coming for you guys. So please keep rocking with us. Keep coming back. Again, thank you, Karma, so much. We really appreciate you coming on. Thank you for the rest of the queens coming on. Nakima, thank you. Gemma, thank you.
Terry.
Majestic, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you to No Other Black Eyes TV for hosting us every single
Black
week.
Eyes.
Oh man.
Where you at, Terry?
Yes, family. Before we go, I should just missed a little bit of a kind of an introduction of what's happening on the weekend. And most of the reason why is because we work in conjunction with Queen Afua, and she's going to be coming on the show once a month.
I didn't want to give it away.
No, we got to give it away. We want everybody to attend.
Give it away. We're going to give it away.
We can't give it away. But there's going to be other surprises because there's other people coming. And they're going to be surprised when they see these people. So, but as you are and Queen Diambi their appearances, there's going to be something amazing coming through. So keep watching and be a light to everything that is going on, because this movement is moving and it's moving fast. This is stronger than coronavirus itself. Go on. Go on, Karma.
Yes, Terry, I want to say thank you, and thank you again, because every man is not really equipped to be in a circle of sisters where you sit back and kind of play your role and facilitate. So thank you, because like I told you earlier, the sister work is powerful, but there still needs to be an element of masculinity somewhere in there. So you kind of really hold so much together. Thank you for seeing this, because a lot of brothers with platforms, they ain't really, they used to the patriarch. Where's the rest of the brothers at? Okay. You know, so we just thank you for seeing us and giving us a platform, because the woman thing, the black thing, oh, we've been oppressed in so many ways. So thank you for seeing our need and helping us come forth.
I say
we're all family at the end of the day.
Yeah, we is. You my cousin.
He's always so humble, and we love that. That's a divine characteristic. Humility. Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
This blessing. So, Aisha.
Yes.
What else have you got to say?
That was it. Thank you. As Brother Terry said, that Queen Afua will be coming on every single month with us to share with us. So stay tuned. We'll start putting out all information in regards to that. Again, as well, go and support the Black Girls Rock over there on Instagram. That is at 5 p.m. every Sunday as well. Yeah.
Okay. So that's today. Yeah. And you know what, family? We are building, and I'm asking people to look below and if you put 2 pence in there, $2 in the PayPal. It can enable for us to grow, to create more events for everyone, to reach out one place, not singularly, but internationally, like a big, massive family event. So please donate if you can, and you can donate to Black Eyes TV if you have the opportunity, so we can all grow as one big family. So, the girls, you just stay behind. Don't go nowhere.
Don't go anywhere, ladies.
And hold on. Before we go, peace, blessings, and harmony. And you know what I always say? Speak black, live black, enjoy black, walk black, sleep black. And
that's a song. Speak black. Black.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Blessings.
God bless. Peace. Thank you, Jaisha. Thank you, Kimma. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Majestic.
Thank you.
Love y'all.
Hi.
It's not working. Why isn't it working?
Working. You have fun, girl.
Enjoy. Here we go. We're just waiting.
My inner
while we're waiting, family. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Like, guys, subscribe.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget, people.
Black Eyes TV.
All right.
Yeah.
What is
hit
going
the like
on?
button.
Things are moving very slow. For some reason, it doesn't want us to come off.
Then while you close out, Black Tourmaline, Shungite.
Nice. Yes. I've got all of them, but
some beads.
I need some beads.
Oh, you do?
I need some waist beads. I've got some guys. I've got rose quartz. I've got clear topaz. I've got